Let's talk about three scenarios that might warrant some sort of port security on this switch. We'll describe how port security works later. The first scenario is where somebody takes a PC out of service. Let's say PC4 here. So maybe somebody thinks they're doing a good thing, but they bring a PC from home or a laptop and plug it into port 7 instead of this PC. So where this PC had a MAC address of EEEE, the new device now has a MAC address of FFFF, and this device has been plugged into this port. I may not want your device plugged into my network. Your device might have malware on it, or it just could be that I want to limit it so that any old bad guy can't come in and plug into my switch. It could be that you thought you were doing a good thing, and in your cubicle you plugged in a Wi-Fi router hoping to get Wi-Fi access to all of your PCs, or that you plugged in a switch in hopes of adding multiple PCs to your cubicle. And I don't want that scenario because of the dangers that it may introduce. So I need to somehow secure this port so that that can't be done. Another scenario is called ARP poisoning. In this case, we have an attacker who plugged into a port and says, I'm CCCC. Even though CCC is up here, it pretends to be this PC. And if the timing is done correctly, it can now take over CCCC's position and fool this switch into thinking that port 8 is what holds CCCC. So now it can listen to, when anybody tries to talk to this PC, listen to it and pretend to be this PC and gather information. The third scenario is called MAC address flooding. So here an attacker has plugged into a port and now sends massive numbers of MAC addresses to this port. So many, in fact, that it overloads this switch with its entire capacity of MAC addresses. Now when that happens and this switch becomes full of MAC addresses and can't learn anymore, what happens is it begins to act like a hub and send everything to everybody. And so now this PC, this attacker, can listen in to all of the traffic going on that switch. All three of these scenarios would require me to come up with a way to lock this thing down so that it does not learn MAC addresses that I don't want it to learn. So we'll learn about port security in upcoming videos.